We have a huge matchup today on the big Colonial stage here between Delaware and Charleston. Maria Bellinger and Lonnie Mason expected to be key factors today as the Blue Hens 9-4 on this 2019 campaign, trying to take down the College of Charleston here today on Flow Sports. We thank you so much for tuning in here today from the Bob Carpenter Center for today's action between the Hens and Cougars. You see Delaware led by head coach Sarah Matthews, her third season at the helm, and each of their first two seasons, Delaware going 3-13 in Colonial play, but a chance today to go to 2-1 to start Colonial play. First time since 2012. Meanwhile, Jason Kepner, he's had a lot of success with the Cougars. His 13th season at the helm, and he's averaged roughly about 20 wins per season, which last year they had 24, including a run, a 3-1 run in the NIVC, which was the best mark by a Colonial team since 2002. So far, though, an 0-1 start in league play after a loss to the preseason favorite and James Madison and straight sets. Here, though, you see the probable starters for these two sides, and it's been a great job, obviously, by both Bellinger and Mason in attack, but how about Andy Hannes in the first two games in Colonial play, a 5.75 digs per set average, so she's been phenomenal defensively. Logan Minuski, well, the Minuski family familiar in terms of strong defense. Logan's father, Greg, defensive coordinator up in D.C. in the NFL, although Washington struggling so far this season, but Minuski's done a great job defensively this season with 4.26 digs per set. It's going to come down to who on that back line can help to extend points and set up the attack to get good opportunities. In Delaware's loss Saturday against Towson, it was the defense of the Tigers that ended up making the difference, and Delaware struggled to have consistency. Meanwhile, Sunday, Delaware, they had their best game defensively with 78 digs, 1 in 5 sets against UNCW, and had the final 5 points in a 15-12 fifth set triumph. I'm Adam Dobrovolsky, thanking you so much for tuning in today again here on Flow Sports for this Colonial matchup. Delaware 1-1, Charleston 0-1. It's only the first weekend of action, but these type of matchups, especially for Delaware, which is trying to get back into the Colonial tournament for the first time since 2016, this could be a huge confidence boost, especially against a Charleston team that has been here over the years. Charleston, in fact, has defeated Delaware every matchup since the Cougars joined the Colonial in 2013. They have won 14 in a row against the Hens. Delaware won the first 2 in the series. So interesting to see what this one could mean if Delaware gets win. Meanwhile, Charleston, well, 3 wins so far in the season after 24 last year. They're trying to still find their way completely. And looking at the Colonial standings, Towson defeated James Madison on the road. They had a great first weekend. We got to see them in action here at the Bob Carpenter Center just 3 days ago. Looked very good, but if Delaware can get that win, they hop right back into that discussion. And with their next 3 on the road, the first one is against James Madison, the second against Elon, who took down Hofstra and William and Mary, I believe, in the first, no, actually Hofstra and Northeastern in the first weekend, and then after that, to close out the 3-game stretch on the road, Delaware has William and Mary. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything pans out, but here today, he's going to be coming down to defensive stops, helping to feed those capable attackers, particularly for Delaware, Bellinger and Mason. And as they announce the starters here, these two sides just about getting ready to go. The excitement for the Hens, trying to get that energy going here on this Monday evening to close out the first weekend of action in Colonial play. Again, the last time Delaware started 2-1 in the Colonial, that's 2012. That year, Delaware finished 16-14 overall, but 9-3 in league play. They ended up their Colonial stretch in the championship match, losing in 5 sets to Hofstra. And that was really towards the end of a strong run in Colonial play, where Delaware actually won 4 out of 5 Colonial championships from 2007 to 2011. So Delaware hoping that this different than recent seasons in terms of starting off the year in strong fashion. They're finishing up the stars here. As you see Maria Bellinger head to her spot She's been so heavily relied on so far in league play. 111 attacks and 8 sets played so far. Lonnie Mason second on the team in that dynamic in terms of total attacks at 69. A lot of the attacks have been from the outside. We'll see if Delaware tries to mix a little bit more inside as this match progresses. There you see Andy Hannes, the libero in blue. She's going to be, as mentioned, a key factor defensively, but the non-libero players in white today for Delaware with the blue numbering and the Hens logo across the back. Delaware and caps in yellow with blue trim across the front and blue shorts for the Hens. Meanwhile, Northeastern will be in the primary black for the non-libero players with the maroon trim and the white numbering. Their libero will be in white. Big matchup here today. A win would go a long way for the Hens, closing out their first home weekend of action in conference play with a winning record. And as we mentioned one more time, the series history. Charleston so far undefeated in colonial matchups, but Delaware, go back to the first meeting, that was in 1979, and Delaware won it in 3 sets. They're trying to get back to their winning ways against the Cougars. There was actually a stretch of 4 consecutive matches, all in colonial play, that Charleston defeated Delaware by 5 sets. So it hasn't been complete domination. It's been a lot of close ones in recent seasons, and Delaware hoping that it changes today. But we're all ready to go here. The opening serve will come from Delaware side. And it'll be Lonnie Mason, the freshman from Chester, Virginia, a 2-time All-State player at Mataoka High School. Has done a great job so far this season with well more than 3 kills per set, and we're underway. It's a diving set by Northeastern. This should set up well for Delaware. Left side attack, Maria Bellinger gets the opening kill. Bellinger, the senior, with what is soon to be 1,400 career kills. Became the 14th player in program history to reach the 1,000 kill mark. Did so last year. And in her first 2 matches in league play, 32 kills. Make it a 2-0 start for Delaware as they hit out of bounds by Charleston. Mason again will have the serve. Mason sends it over. Set to the left side. That's stuffed by Delaware. Charleston now tried up the middle, and a good job to find the opening in the middle of the defense. The strike from 10 is a good one from Caroline Bauer for the Cougars. And you can make it 2-1. Bauer, a freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee, graduate of Farragut High School. Here's Lauren Freed, a all-colonial preseason player for the Cougars, now gets a beautiful dig on the back line. Left side attack by Bauer. And it's an even score here for Charleston. As I inaccurately said at one point, Northeastern, but yeah, it's Charleston today. They've tied the score up at 2, and Freed again will have the serve. It's been a bit of a struggle for Freed so far this season offensively with 2.28 kills per set, but a hit percentage of .045. She's worked well on the serve, though, as well as defensively early on. And the Cougars up 3-2. Play at the net kept alive by the Hens. And the setter by Saranlar. Now attack left side. It's Bellinger through for the kill. Tied up at 3, and good early swings for the senior from Paramus, New Jersey. Look at that spot she found just in front of the libero Minuski and the backline defender Freed. Service by Delaware's Addie Rivera goes into the net, and Charleston gets the lead back. Now to serve will be Claire Campbell, a redshirt freshman from Raleigh, North Carolina. Campbell been hitting well as of late. Entered the James Madison match, hitting 375 over her last 5. But Delaware returns Campbell's serve well. And another kill evens up the score for a piece. Delaware started well out of the gate in attack against Towson. But after about the midway point of the first set, the Tigers' defense really settled in. And it was a struggle for the Hens to find consistency. There's a service error. And point going to Charleston. Bellinger had the kill to even up the score, but then right after that, a service error by Eji Bassaranla. There's a stuff up the middle. It was a quick timing swing, but that's denied by the Cougars. Julia Hayes, who really had a good game Sunday against UNC Wilmington. Hayes factored in on 9 total blocks against the Seahawks. The victim of one there. Charleston up 6-4 off the serve. And it's an ace. Make it 7-4 and a 7-2 run for the Cougars. So they're starting to settle in as Brooke Harris and the service rotation sends one over. Right side attack, a diagonal run, and Bailey Perlman gets involved. Senior from Fort Lauderdale with the kill. Perlman had 2 kills against Towson and 11 attempts, 9 and 24 against UNCW. Really was one of the primary factors outside the top 2 for the Hens in that much-needed win. Quick timing on the attack up the middle is a bit too heavy. And so back-to-back points for Delaware gets the Hens within 1. Peyton Eisnagel with the attack error. Chance to tie for Delaware. And that swing a bit too heavy from Bauer. We are tied at 7. Maria Bellinger will have the serve. A former New Jersey Gatorade Player of the Year as a high school senior, has lived up to those expectations as a student athlete here at Delaware. Sets up well here for the Hens. Right side attack. It's Perlman finding the back left corner for a kill and a lead. Perlman, the product of Cardinal Gibbons High School in the Sunshine State. Perfect swing there. Delaware now with the lead. Bauer on the attack. Unable to even the score. That attack wide, and a lot of attack errors right now unforced by the Cougars. That's their 4th without a block from Delaware. Hens have scored 5 in a row, up 9-7. A floating serve by Bellinger nearly leads to an overtouch, and in fact, as the attempted set from Brooke Harris was taken, it was actually over the net, so a violation called against the Cougars. Tough angle to see it from here. Perlman was ready to defend, but it was blown dead before that. Service error will end the 6-point run. But Delaware ahead 10-8 in this opening set. Always interesting to see how these opening few weekends go. It's tough to tell from the preseason polls exactly what to expect. A lot of player changes, obviously, from one year to the next, but one thing that coaches of other teams won't know, media members won't know, is exactly how the chemistry is building between the players. It's only known between the coaches of each respective team and, of course, the players who work together. It's another Delaware kill. 11-8 now the lead. Delaware was the preseason number 7, Charleston the preseason number 3. Right side attack by Charleston, and there it is. The kill for the Cougars. And Megan Murphy, the 6'5" redshirt junior from California, getting the job done. Charleston did have a lot of production from last year graduate. Top 2 hitters graduated. They combined for 7.5 kills per set, hitting almost 285. Here, though, Delaware getting production from one of the underclassmen, Addie Rivera, the redshirt freshman from Macungie, with the swing up the middle. Found a little bit of a lane right side to get the kill. That's a floating serve from Bailey Perlman. Right side attack by Charleston, returned well. Utilizing that 6'5" frame, Murphy with the strike. It's 12-10 as we'll be having some substitutions here. But Murphy's starting to emerge a bit early. 2 swings, 2 kills. Delaware has 2 swings, 2 kills from Bailey Perlman. 4 swings, 3 kills from Maria Bellinger. Early on, Delaware hitting .455. Off the Charleston serve. Left side attack, it's Lonnie Mason finding the back line, but that's well defended. And returned over the front line for a kill. Freed with the alert play. Senior from Troy, Ohio. Again, a all-Colonial preseason player, and while struggling a bit offensively early on this season, she has provided strong defense with Logan Minuski. The two have combined for over 7 digs per set. Rivera's swing just a bit too heavy, finding that corner back right side from the Delaware attack. And that is off the mark to even the score, 12 apiece. A floating serve by Amani Dunstan. Returned, but that's a violation called against Delaware. The Cougars will take the lead. Dunstan will try again, a 5'6" setter, sophomore. Sends it over a lot more behind it this time. Rivera not going to miss on this swing. And that'll even the score, 13 apiece. Things starting to open up for Addie Rivera. Took a red shirt last year, all-state player from Emmaus High School. Success in the family blood. Her father was a former Division II Player of the Year back in 2002. A university local to Emmaus, Kutztown, Golden Bears. There's a good swing from the right side by Charleston to get the lead back 14-13. And back again, the serve will be freed. The kill came from Mandy Naparella. And Naparella, senior from Rochester, New York, provides some good attacks both middle and right side. It's a nice dig by Freed. Attack by Charleston, gets stuffed at the net. And that's a block for the first time today by Delaware. Asa Ronlar was there, same with Rivera. Swing was a bit low anyway, but well timed by Delaware to defend. 14-14 the score. Over touch, gets cleaned up by Bellinger. And Delaware, the first team to that unofficial 15-point checkpoint. A majority of teams that get to 15 first eventually win the set, but it's not a given. Certainly not a given when it's only a 1-point difference. Well defended by the Hens after a good strike from Naparella. A high dig by Hannes. Should set this up well for Bellinger. Right side attack, eventually through. Charleston with a good job in terms of their resiliency on that point. Evens the score 15 apiece. And Charleston's attack starting to warm up. They're hitting 150 in this opening set. Delaware hitting 300. Nice overhand dig by Freed. Now an attack from 10. Honest digs it out. Bellinger tries again on the attack, and this time it's through. And Maria Bellinger looking very strong early in this game. That's already 5 kills for the senior. And And the best way Charleston can defend Maria Bellinger is getting better resistance at the net. They haven't been able to slow down those swings just yet. Bellinger's getting them right through the defending hands. That was an alert dig by Perlman. Underhand on the third touch by Delaware. Sets up well for the Cougars. Right side attack. Off a Delaware hand, but first it touched the pin. So that's an attack error called against the Cougars. And Delaware up by 2. It's been an even balance so far for Charleston. 8 kills by 4 different players, 2 apiece from Bauer, Naparella, Freed, and Murphy. Service error going wide from Basaranlar, the freshman from Turkey, a product of Istanbul. Was on the U16 youth team back in the day, but boy, she's come in as a freshman and has just stabilized this attack as a setter, and that's ultimately what you want to do, but to do it as a freshman is very impressive. That's a block now by Charleston. Just their second of the opening set, but we're even 17 apiece. Bailey Perlman got denied by Caroline Bauer and Peyton Eisnagel. Bellinger on the swing. Almost kept alive on the second touch by Brooke Harris, lunging to her right, but it's a kill, and still no answers for Bellinger. That's 6 kills now. And the left side attacking has been a constant feed throughout the season, particularly, though, in Colonial play. Already 12 attempted attacks by Bellinger in this opening set. Charleston returns with a kill of their own, this time up the middle on the attack. And 18-18 the score. Peyton Eisnagel with the kill. Caroline Pender, freshman from Lexington, South Carolina, sends it over. Lexington close to the state capital in the Palmetto State. Right side attack gets stuffed. Replay on. Somehow over underhand for Charleston. Sets up well for Lonnie Mason. Almost overtouched, but then right at the net, Julia Hayes, an alert play. The redshirt junior from Union, New Jersey, you're going to see here on the replay, doesn't overextend over the net, is just there to deny if it goes towards the middle plane, and does a great job right at the net to stuff it. 19-13, Delaware leads. Again, stuffed at the net. Perlman involved with Rivera. And Delaware fighting tough in this opening set, leading by 2. Timeout called by Charleston. Gets us a chance to establish what we've seen so far. Well, it's been a great first set here on Flow Sports. We thank you so much for tuning in. Delaware hitting 286, but to backtrack a bit of where they were heading into this game. Sunday, against UNCW, they were facing an 0-2 start in Colonial play. A timeout was called by Delaware head coach Sarah Matthews with the team trailing 12-10 in the 5th set. Delaware would respond with 5 consecutive points. It was an Eddie Rivera kill, a team block, a Maria Bellinger kill, a team block, and then a UNCW attack error unforced. That led to the win for Delaware, and sometimes it takes just that first win in Colonial play to establish confidence for a team. And as we see in some of the key plays in this opening set, it's not just the confidence, but the communication for the Hens and rally points like this that are helping out the team. Basaranlar found Mason on this play, then the overtouch and the alert play by Hayes. Finding her spot right in front at the net to deny the second touch. Hayes again came up big with 9 total blocks against the Seahawks on Sunday. Got one there, and maybe a chance here for Delaware to take control early, leading 20-18 in the first set. And the first swing out of the timeout is a bit wide from the all-conference player, Lauren Freed. 21-18, Delaware leads. Andy Hannes with the serve. Hannes already establishing her presence defensively in Colonial play this season. With well more than 5 digs per set. So turned well, though, by Charleston. A much-needed point for the Cougars. And the score, 21-19. Megan Murphy with her 3rd kill and the most efficient Cougar so far. Hitting 600. In fact, the rest of the team with a negative hit percentage combined. Perlman's swing goes wide. Back to a 1-point game. That's just the 3rd unforced attack error by Delaware. They have 5 total, but 2 of them were blocks by the Cougars. Off the Charleston serve. Bassaranlar looks for Mason. Diving dig by Minuski. A little bit of miscommunication, but still over on the 3rd touch. Charleston settling down now, a chance to tie, but a swing into the pin gives Delaware the point. Neither team really looks settled in attack. That's a big point for the Hens to go back up by 2, needing 3 more and needing to stay up by 2. Perlman on the serve. Attack right up the middle is a good one. Claire Campbell. It's a 1-point game. Both sides will continue the rotation. Corey Rasmussen back on for Delaware, the senior from California. One of the top defenders on the team. The libero with a combined 14 digs so far in Colonial play. Overhand dig on the service return. Serve receive, I should say. And Delaware gets a kill from Lonnie Mason, and Rasmussen has been definitely a key factor on the serve return so far this season. Does a good job there, overhand, and eventually Mason with the kill. And Lonnie Mason now will serve. That's a service error. Charleston back within 1. Mason had a double-double her last time out. 11 kills, 11 digs against UNCW. That might be a key service error in a set that the Hens have struggled in service. 5 errors, none for Charleston serving the ball. Huge point here, and it'll go to the Cougars. They have evened the score 23 apiece. The next team that is up by 2 will take the set, and as a result, Delaware calling a timeout. That's right now the one bugaboo for Delaware, the service errors. They have 5. No aces so far. Charleston has not committed a service error, but they have 1 ace. So that's a swing of 6 points. And given how this set has gone, it's been so close. Those things start to add up and could make a big difference if the Hens don't close this one out. But this is really a key juncture. Charleston, last year, a fantastic season. Again, 24 wins. They made the Colonial semifinals and had a nice 3-1 run in the NIVC, which is, for those who are familiar with the NIT in basketball, that is the equivalent here at the volleyball NCAA level. Wins over St. John's, Georgia Tech, Clemson. But these are the points that are key to help get a young Delaware team more confidence. Can they get these key points down the stretch? So out of the timeout, the serve will come from Lauren Freed. Bassaranlar looks right side. Addie Rivera on the attack. did, I think, rattle the pin. It's a point to Charleston, and they have set point coming up. That looked like it might have been enough for a kill if it didn't hit the pin. But now Delaware has to break the set point, and they'll get the kill. A little bit too heavy on the opposing hands. Maria Bellinger able to tool that wall. And even the score, 24 apiece. 7 kills and 14 attempts by Maria Bellinger. That's a serve by Eileen J., the freshman for Delaware. Nearly got to block the Hens. Second try, overhand dig. Rasmussen keeps it alive. An underhand by Hayes. Left side attack by Charleston, and that one is wide. And it's Delaware's turn to have set point. But how about the play by Corey Rasmussen with a huge dig? It ends up being a timeout called by Charleston here. And so down to the wire in this opening set. Technically not a dig, the second touch, I should say, by Rasmussen, but that was so big because Vassar really didn't have enough time to push it higher to get anyone set up off the dig. Boy, Corey Rasmussen, big there. And every single point mattering. Talked about Delaware's issues on the serve. The unforced errors by Charleston. That last swing by Caroline Bauer marked the 8th attack error unforced for Charleston in this set. And their attack has struggled this season. They have only 3 games hitting 200 or better. The defense has played well, especially as of late. 6 of their last 7 opponents hitting under 200. So they've been able to create some scrappy matches, but they have to find the consistency in attack if they want to extend their recent success in Colonial play. Jay, the freshman from Houston, a defensive specialist for the Hens, sends it over. It's set point for Delaware. Attack up the middle. It's stuffed at the net. Try this time left side by Charleston again. The defense there at the net. Good play by Hayes. Attack up the middle, and that's found for a kill. Campbell gets the job done for Charleston. Cougars remained persistent there in attack, and eventually it's the second of the game for Campbell. Second of the set, I should say. Overhand dig for Charleston, kept alive on the second touch. Underhand on the third, sets up well for Delaware. A look to Bellinger, and the Hens convert. Well, if you're Delaware, those are the type of scenarios that you really need to capitalize on. Your opponent goes underhand on the third touch, and you can pretty much set up the attack off that third touch, and that was the case. Bellinger comes through with already her 8th kill of the set in 16 attempts. Fantastic first set for the senior. Delaware may have been a bit early there trying to defend at the net and couldn't push those hands over the net. Led to a kill for Charleston, and a second set point denied for Delaware. It's been 3 breaks to the set point. 2 by Charleston, 1 by Delaware. Mandy Naparella with the kill. 26 apiece. Right side attack, that's for a kill. And now Charleston with set point again. These two sides truly scraping it out. Megan Murphy helping to set things up, and Brooke Harris on the serve for the set. Bellinger, another kill, make it 9 in this first set. It's impressive to see the heavy volume still result in an even 500 hit percentage. That's been the case so far in this set for Maria Bellinger, who serves it over, floats it over, in fact. Right side return, that's another kill for Murphy. Megan Murphy leading all Charleston attackers with 5 kills. And for a third time, the Cougars will have set point. Caroline Pender will serve for the Cougars. Right side attack, Perlman to keep the set alive. We keep going, 28 apiece. What a way to start off this match. Neither side giving more than an inch. Someone has to win by 2 points, and the way things are going, we may have a lot more to see in the set. Serve grazed the net for Delaware. The attack by Charleston finds the back corner for a kill. And now for the 4th time, the Cougars will serve set point. And it'll be Logan Minuski. Hails from San Diego. Serves it over. Right side attack, Perlman. Whistle is called. And that's a point to Delaware. So we move on. 29 apiece. And Perlman having a good opening set so far. She'll have the serve. Gets it over. Return, right side, Murphy. That's defended by Hannes. It's Lonnie Mason's turn. And Charleston defends. Long distance on the 3rd touch. Sets up well for Delaware. Diagonal run. Addie Rivera with the kill. And here's where we're starting to see Delaware and how they've improved this season. That 9-4 record on those weak returns. They've been able to immediately reply with a strong attack. Good teams, they do that with a high amount of consistency. First touch got a little bit in on Lauren Freed. Still returns with a decent swing. Delaware for the set. Lonnie Mason, that's defended on the back line by Charleston. Murphy a bit flat-footed on the 3rd touch. Bassaranlar to Bellinger, and that just got in the back line. Oh my, double-digit kills in the opening set for the senior standout Maria Bellinger. You look at the replay here, just tucked in that back line, and Delaware takes the opening set, 31-29. Time to take a deep breath as we have exciting action here today on Flow Sports.
Here's your Buick, sir. Actually, that's my Buick.
Your Buick doesn't have a roof rack. This is my Buick.
How are we gonna fit in your mom's Buick?
Easy.
I like that new Buick.
Me too.
I was actually talking about that Buick.
I knew that. Cacete.
Buick's fresh new lineup is full of surprises. Kick off football season with Buick. Current eligible non-GM owners get 13 to 20% below MSRP on most of these Buick models.
Going to roll these clips in 5, pull it back. And ready to roll and roll.
Wow, what a first set we had. 31-29 in favor of Delaware as the Hens see 10 kills from Maria Ballinger to lead the way, but multiple Hens getting involved in the attack and some huge kills coming from a variety of players to lead Delaware, hitting 298 in the opening set. That last one just tucking in to get the final point for Delaware in the opening set. So a marathon opening to the start. We still have a lot more to go. What a marathon opening to the start. We still have a lot more to go. What a start for Maria Bellinger. 10 kills in 19 total attacks. Those are usually numbers you see in an entire match. And it was just one set, and the senior who has certainly taken a lot of pressure on her shoulders this season and has responded phenomenally. Coming into Colonial play was hitting 286, had 6